So we've done video with you before, and this is just a genetic condition where you really form thick calluses. And you come in, what, every 6 weeks?
5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. And in 5 to 6 weeks, they've gotten this bad again. So. You guys going anywhere this winter?
We're going to Cancun on Friday.
Oh,
A
nice.
week from
A week
tomorrow.
from.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people go south. I go to Norway.
Yeah, I was trying to remember right. Norway.
Norway.
For 3 weeks?
It's going to be close to. We're going to hop over to Sweden for a couple of days to stay in an ice house.
Wow.
Yeah. Or an ice hotel, sorry.
Does it have heat?
They keep it at about 0 to -5 centigrade.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, they have to keep it at freezing,
Yeah.
but the room,
Sorry.
from what I can tell, the room is, the bed is like a big block of ice that's like queen size. And then they cover that with like a thin mattress and then reindeer hides. And then you get your own super insulated, warm sleeping bag.
Oh my gosh. How many days?
That we're gonna be in one night, and then
Okay.
we have the next day, a full day, where we get to do a dog sled lunch, where they dog sled you out for about an hour and a half to a park, make you lunch, and then dog sled you back.
Nice.
This place, it was interesting, this is in Sweden, and they had the option, you have the option of them coming to pick you up at the airport, and one of their options was to dog sled from the airport to the hotel.
Oh my gosh.
We're not gonna do that, because we're gonna do it the next day, but, yeah. So it's kind of up by the Arctic Circle, and,
Yeah.
you know, just,
And
Right, and
are
right.
the Northern Lights supposed to be?
that's what we're going for.
Yeah.
To do photography of the Northern Lights, but, you know, there's no guarantee.
Yeah.
We could be there and the entire week could be cloudy. So, you know, we'll see. We'll get what we get. You can't control the weather. But you know what? Even if the Northern Lights don't come out, we're still in Norway
Yeah.
and not the US.
Yeah.
And right now that feels very good
Yeah. Yes.
to not be here. But, and so do you go to a resort in Cancun?
Yeah. So we're gonna stay at the Planet Hollywood.
Oh, okay. It's an all-inclusive kind of
Mhm.
thing.
Be fun.
And the kids are all going?
Not my oldest. He's in college and it's midterms. Try to talk him out of it, but.
Tried to talk him out of his midterms?
I mean, I was like, just come Friday to Monday. But he's like, Mom, I can't, I have to study. You're more responsible than me.
Well, good for him.
Yeah. And you and your daughter are going, right?
Yes, I
Nice.
get to spend 18 days with my daughter.
Yeah. That's fun.
That's like the best part of the whole thing.
Yeah. So how many places are you going to be staying?
Well, we're going to spend a few days in Oslo just to get over jet lag
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, just kind of tool around Oslo. And then we fly up to about halfway up the Atlantic coast. And it's this little archipelago of islands. I think it's pronounced Lofoten Islands. Maybe Lofoten, but I think it's Lofoten Islands. And they're all connected to each other by bridges. So it's not like in Alaska where you have to fly from one to the other.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have a home base there, and that's going to be a full week. And then from there, we'll go back to Oslo and then over to Sweden.
Okay.
So
Fun.
it's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the only issue being I don't really like fish.
No, I don't either.
And, you know, in Norway, they live on it.
Yeah. How were your other trips?
Well, I went to Guatemala just for a weekend.
Yeah, how was that?
It was lovely,
Good.
because I wasn't here.
Yeah.
And then I had to go to LA, right, you know,
During
the
the
fires
fires?
weren't even out yet, yeah. But that had been planned months ago, it was family birthdays and
Mhm.
stuff. So that was, also was just a weekend in January. So, when I get back, I'm gonna stay put for a while, I think.
Mhm.
So what is special and specific about the Planet Hollywood Resort?
It just looked, I just thought it looked a little fun. I don't know, it's hard to pick, and that one just popped out, so.
Okay.
It has a lot of cool, like Hollywood themed stuff and for the kids, and it will be fun. I've never been to Cancun.
Cancun is east, right? On the Gulf of Mexico? On the peninsula, the Yucatan Peninsula? It's not west coast, is it?
No, yeah, it's east.
I think it's on the
On the
Yucatan
Caribbean.
Peninsula.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the Gulf of Mexico.
Yes.
They had a thing on, that came up on, I don't know, my TikTok feed or something, that said, if you want to oppose this, go on to Google Maps and put Gulf of Mexico, and Google already has it coming up as Gulf of America.
What?
And you click on the 3 dots next to it and report a problem. And then just report it, that it's incorrect information. It is the Gulf of Mexico, you know?
I saw it today, somebody, one of the presidents, I can't think of what country in Europe, but they were like, we're gonna buy California. Everyone signed and we're gonna buy California.
I think it was Denmark.
Denmark, yeah, that's what it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's good for them.
For those not in the US, this is just a very goofy time in the US right now, and many of us are really unhappy about it. But that's as political as I'm gonna get. I don't remember this one before. Was this
Yeah,
one?
it's there.
Okay. It's always been there.
So you leave Monday, so you're almost there.
Yeah.
How do you pack?
Well, I'm gonna have one main suitcase that'll get checked with clothing and boots and stuff. And then on the plane, my carry-on will be my photography bag and tripod.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll have just my different backpack with me. So we get one, yeah, and even on the trip, they said you get one big bag, which would be your checked luggage, and then your photography bag. And
So it's a group that you're going.
I'm meeting the group, yeah, we meet the group there, but it's a really small group. It's about 6 people
Okay.
and 2 instructors, or group leaders. So if anybody is interested, I would be happy to put the link in the description area to the group I'm going with. We kept looking at different photography trips and kept coming back to this one.
Mm.
And it just looked really well put together, small group, some instructors, which is good because when they gave us the list of stuff we had to bring, there were some filters that I've never used before. So there'll be somebody there to tell me why I need it and how to use it. So.
Fun. Is your daughter into photography too?
She is, yeah. Has been for a while, yeah. So, you know, when you're going to do photography like this,
Mm-hmm.
you have to go on a specific photography trip because nobody wants to sit for 4 hours and wait for the light to be
Mhm.
just perfect
Yeah.
with you. They want to go and see the sights, and you can't be there with your prime purpose of doing photography if the whole group is not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We see it. It's not super common, but it's not unheard of.
Okay.
Is that hurting now?
No, it just, I guess, it was okay, but,
Okay. So most of this nail is not attached.
yeah.
I'm gonna trim off whatever's not attached today.
Yeah,
And that way, when you put your socks on or when you're in bed, it won't keep getting pulled.
okay,
And you won't risk ripping the new nail off.
okay. Ouch.
Sorry. Okay. Kind of just relax
Okay.
here so I can see. It's hurting. Okay, that whole side
Yeah,
is that where you feel like you have an ingrown?
yeah,
Okay. It's not.
okay,
Just
because
so
it was
you
just
know.
kind of like too close on the side there, yeah.
Yeah, the whole nail is pretty much coming off. Now,
Okay.
it'll be ready
Okay,
for nail polish come next summer.
okay,
And the skin underneath this is already kind of toughened up,
okay,
so it won't be sensitive underneath the nail that I'm taking off.
okay, sounds good.
Okay. So I don't have to, I mean, I could take more off, but given that it's starting to hurt, I think I'll just stop here.
Okay, okay, sounds
And then
good.
maybe next time we can get it a little bit further back.
Yeah,
Okay.
It just feels so much better when now my toes are against my socks and my
Yes,
shoes
instead
are,
of your nails.
and oh, it would not be that painful feeling.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this. I like this. It's just gonna feel so much better. Do people ever tell you that?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You know, and that's one of the reasons that I chose this profession was that people generally feel better walking out of here than they did walking in.
Exactly. And I think you're the best podiatrist I've seen.
Oh,
and that's
thank
the
you.
truth. I've seen it.
And just so you know, I did not pay her to say that.
Because we do have where I live, there's a podiatrist that comes, but I said, I see somebody really who's good and I don't want to see anybody else, so.
Oh, thank you.
That now, it's really funny.
Longer than the nail. Do you do any other sports now, or you just kind of pick up hockey games, or?
Yeah, just hockey here and there.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna put that in a little bag here, and we'll send that in for them to test it. You have to be careful, because when they get this thick and grow really long, sometimes the skin grows out underneath them. So we don't want to make you bleed here. So I'm going really little pieces at a time. So I'm going to thin these out a little bit, and then we'll go to the other one. All right, so I'll do the same thing today, and we'll put a pad on it to see. Yeah, I'll put a pad on it today, and then you have the little silicone gel pad that you're using.
Well, I just have this one.
Yeah.
The other one and Lauren. I was wondering, and as you're doing that, you know, you hear